We spend so much time avoiding marriage because we say, oh, the lady's going to leave, divorce me, and take half. But you don't realize that when you have the right woman by your side, what you can build over the course of a lifetime is something that you just can't do on your own. Money and marriage, what men need to know before saying I do. What's up, y'all? My name is Jaquan, and on this channel here, we do everything we can to prepare men for marriage. This is the most important decision that you will ever make in your life as a man, and we just want to make sure that you're prepared. So listen, without further ado, let's get into this episode. Finances are one of the main reasons why marriages fail. In this video, I share practical advice for men handling finances before and after marriage. That includes things such as budgeting, debt, spending habits, and setting financial goals as a couple. Don't walk into marriage blindly, prepare wisely. So in my new book that I dropped April 1st of this year, one of the things I talk about is finances. Hey boss, just real quick. Choosing your spouse, walking down the aisle, and making those vows will be the biggest decision in your life. Why not go into that decision being properly prepared? Listen, you got to get my book so you could be prepared and lead your queen correctly. God bless. And then talking about finances, I want to tell you this right here, right now. Having a budget is one of the most important things that you'll ever have in your life. Personally as a man, but also once you start building a family and you have a wife, it's extremely important. That's one important thing. One thing I hear a lot of men say is that they postpone marriage because they don't feel like they are financially capable to have a wife. They want to be at a certain income level. But I'm going to tell you this right here, right now. Besides budgeting, credit is super important. I'm going to tell you why credit is important. Credit is important because credit, having a good credit score will actually save you money. In fact, I say a great credit score is even better than a great salary because you can have a great salary with a poor credit score and you'll pay more money out of pocket for things that you need to finance, but it's a matter of your credit worthiness and it goes a long way. So one of the tips that I give people is this: men, fellas, if you have financial woes, hey, guess what? All of us have some debt. All of us have some things that, we may could do better with. But before you get married, one of the things you want to make sure that you do is put together a financial plan to attack those woes. Personally, myself, when I came into my marriage, I was in bankruptcy and I owed state and federal taxes. So you got to imagine, I came into the situation with financial woes, financial baggage. Now, granted, I can tell you again, having a plan together helps out. I was already on a plan to pay back my taxes, so that was taken care of. But what I did to protect my wife, my soon to be wife, is I made sure that there was a separate account that took care of all of those things so that it did not impact the money when we came together as a couple in that one joint account. Because of the bankruptcy, that caused some issues where my credit was low. So it took me some time into our marriage for me to get my credit up to where it needed to be. Now, again, I'm still working on my credit, but I'm a lot better than where I used to be. And I'm able to now do things with my wife. I'm able to now do things for my wife, okay, without having to rely on her credit. And so, for example, another thing is setting goals, financial goals as a couple. You're going to want to make sure that, hopefully the both of you make great money, good money, decent money, right? But what you're going to want to do is make sure and say, hey, are we going to invest in stocks? Are we going to invest in real estate? What are our goals and how are we going to attack them together? We spend so much time avoiding marriage because we say, oh, the lady's going to leave, divorce me, and take half. But you don't realize that when you have the right woman by your side, what you can build over the course of a lifetime is something that you just can't do on your own. Okay. I like to say you get your Proverbs 31 woman, and in doing so, she will 10x, 3x, 4x, 5x. She'll multiply whatever you give her. She'll multiply whatever it is that she has. Something else that you're going to want to make sure that you take care of and curb is your spending habits. Because I'll tell you this, whatever your spending habits are, and this goes back to a budget, whatever your spending habits are as a single man will be the same spending habits that you have as a married man. You want to show financial discipline as well. And one of the things when we talk about financial discipline is being able to put yourself on a budget. Doesn't mean that you can't have nice things. It doesn't mean that you can't do nice things for your wife. But what you want to make sure that you're able to do is stay within a budget, create a budget. Make sure that you're disciplined in your spending habits. Okay. Again, sometimes you do a little bit too much and then you have to go back to the drawing board. And again, you're out of budget. But again, being able to control your spending habits before you get married is a big thing. Because if you can't control your spending habits as a single man, it's going to be specifically hard when you have a wife who wants things, wants to do things, but you have to stay within your means. You have to make sure that your spending habits are not out of control. And you got to think about it from this standpoint. Your wife is going to look to you as the leader of the house to make sure that we always talk about a man being responsible for providing. But I think what's more important than being necessarily the breadwinner or having a whole bunch of money that you bring into the house, I think what's more important is being able to be in a situation to where you are financially disciplined and you're able to bring that and show that to your wife. It just creates a level of trust. And you got to understand, women, one of the biggest things for them is being able to trust you, but being able to feel protected. And again, protection is not just with these. Protection specifically can be, are you disciplined enough to protect me? Are you disciplined enough to handle things, even if she can't handle things? Or more importantly, if she can handle things and you can't, now you lose the credibility as being the man of the house. Hey, again, my name is Jaquan, and I would ask that you consider subscribing to our channel for more advice on how to prepare for marriage.